Wednesday, September 2nd, and this is your daily financial news. Lots of stuff going on. First and foremost, we got to talk about what CDC did yesterday, putting an eviction freeze. It's not as bad as all the headlines are reading. I actually created a CDC video on that yesterday. I think about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. I don't usually do that in the evenings, but it was a shocker. And if you want to see more about that, go ahead and watch that video. I'm not going to talk about that here. What I am going to talk about is what's going on in the financial markets, consumers, cost of capital, building a bridge to the other side, lots of stuff going on. And we're just going to run down a list. Again, full page of notes as I do every morning. Of course, coffee. I enjoy doing this with you. Enjoy the feedback, the questions. Realize I am looking to create 4 videos a day for you. It's a challenge I have for the next 13 weeks that I shared in my goals. So if you have questions, ideas, other YouTube channels I should check out, do me a favor, leave them in the comments below, as I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you are too. So first and foremost, Macy's, big box retailer. If history shows, it's going to be a rough quarter, and it was, with one bright spot. First off, same-store sales down 35%, kind of what you expect, right? Malls are really struggling. However, just like, I don't know, every other retailer I've looked at this last couple of weeks, online sales jumped. Now, Macy's digital sales did not nearly jump as much, but 52%, better than a sharp stick in the eye. The one thing I did take from Macy's earnings report is they're not going to do the status quo. I think they're looking at closing 120 stores directly tied to malls and in that area. They do think the mall survives, but only the best locations. But the wrinkle that they are bringing out is a smaller footprint store standalone. I think this is going to be interesting. I think this is part of potentially the future of retail, because what I think is going to happen again, and this goes back to an interview I did with Greg Dickerson on our Mondays expert series, talking about how retail could be different and how the store could really become a distribution hub for online. So not only in my mind would Macy's have a smaller footprint store, but I don't know, say 20% of it would almost be like a distribution where customers would order online, either come pick it up or have it delivered by, some other delivery vehicle. So it is, retail is going to survive, right? It's not going to always be online. There are just some things that, you buy in person. So I think that's an interesting idea. There is something in this room that makes me sneeze. I'm going to have to figure that out. I apologize. Next up, AMC Theater. This is somebody we've talked about a couple of times, right on the doorstep of bankruptcy. There was a rumor one time that Amazon was going to buy them for the space. But it looks like they are going to have 70% of their theaters open this weekend, this Labor Day weekend. So I don't know. Any of you go to a movie yet? I know I spoke with Greg on Monday. He's gone to a couple of movies. Saying he was the only one in them. Honestly, I couldn't see myself or Olivia going to a movie for quite a while, but we shall see. In our industry, real estate, mortgage demand is up. Again, mortgage demand, as lots of you like to point out, is not a closed deal, but it is an indicator to me of what consumers are thinking. Mortgage demand is up 28% year on year. I think that's meaningful. I think that's beyond meaningful. We are really seeing, I think, a next leg in momentum of suburbs, of affordable housing, of renters becoming owners. I think all of this is net positive for America. There are going to be some cities hurt, and we've talked about them a lot, so I won't go through them again. Another big news is it looks like New Jersey is going to open indoor dining. 25% of capacity. Again, I don't know how you make money at 25% of capacity, but it's a step in the right direction. New Jersey is obviously trying to get this done before the cold hits, right? Because it's probably not enjoyable to eat outside when you're freezing or wet from rain or snow. So you got to give it a shot. Uh, the world is in this together. Australia entered a recession for the first time in 35 years. I reviewed that channel Neil yesterday. Forgive me, I don't remember his name, but it was fun watching him sort of talk about the rest of the world in Australia, New Zealand, where his market's 1 and 2 for a real estate bust. Uh, you could sort of see that happening, right? With if prices got ahead of itself, uh, in the fact that they're in a recession for the first time in 35 years, you could sort of see that coming. Uh, Tesla, man, what can you say? Tesla stock split, stock goes up. Tesla says they're going to release 5 billion in new shares, stock goes up. I got to tell you though, what does it tell you if a company is issuing 5 billion in new shares? They're doing it because they think the stock is richly valued, right? They're not doing it because they think it's low. The other thing we see is Tesla now, some people are having to rebalance their portfolio. In fact, Tesla's largest outside shareholder had to lower their number of shares because it started to distort their personal portfolio. That's just good risk management. That's something all of us should do, but many of us don't. Many of us get a runner and we just let it run forever, not realizing that where Tesla might have been 5% of your portfolio a year ago, now it's 40%. That's really outsized risk, because what if, right? It takes the entire portfolio down. So Tesla's largest shareholder has trimmed its shares. They wants to get it back to 5% of their portfolio. So they've sold some off. Another thing it looked like yesterday, Elon Musk is now the third richest person on the planet. Man, he has raced up that chart. So it's I think he just passed Zuckerberg the other day. So all I got to say is Battery Day better be really big, because I don't understand all the momentum. This feels parabolic. This feels very day trader, new investor momentum. I don't get it. It's like 160x earnings. But don't listen to me. I don't own any stock, so what do I know? I've missed the entire V-shaped recovery, so it's okay. It's just reminds me of when I lost all that money in the .com crash. The one thing I am looking for help on in suggestions is, I really see the dollar weakening. Some might call it a collapse, whatever. I'm not going to get into terms at this point, but I think the dollar continues its weakening trend. So anybody out there have a favorite channel that really talks about the dollar? And I would prefer not a right or left channel. I am very annoyed by everybody who feels right on one side or the other. I try to sit in the middle. I think a lot of the conspiracy theories out there on either side are just that, conspiracy theories. But I think the dollar is going to trend lower. I think there is a reason to look at that. What does a weaker dollar mean, right? Does it go down 10% or 15? I don't know. And what's the duration? But it's something I got to think about. I've never thought about dollar depreciating. I've thought about inflation. I've thought about deflation, but I've never really thought about the dollar weakening. So if you have a channel out there, somebody who covers it, or maybe an article that you like, please send it to me. Leave a link in the comments below. This is something I want to research the next week or so. But yeah, don't send me conspiracy theories about some Uber organization doing these crazy things. I don't believe in that stuff. I just don't see how it would work. But I need to read up on this, so thank you very much. And again, if you could leave them in comments, because these little thought bubbles don't get saved, or at least I don't know how to save them. So thank you for that one, but I didn't write it down fast enough. I think it's clear the U.S. needs more stimulus, right? I think even more people are saying what I've said. We built a bridge halfway, but if we don't continue it, it's a shame. It looks like Mnuchin is trying to get negotiations going again. It all seems to come down to aid for the states. Pelosi is pretty adamant that the states need $900 billion, call it $1 trillion. The Republicans see that as a blue state bailout. Again, I'm just saying what they say. I'm not calling one side or the other, at least not trying to. The Republicans are willing to give $150 billion. So There are your goalposts, 900 billion, 150 billion, somewhere in between there is a number. But I still wonder, Mnuchin talked seemingly a week, maybe even 10 days ago about forcing their hand. Where's this skinny bill he talked about? I thought that was a great idea. Unemployment, PPP, school, testing. Shoot, add hospitals. That's something both sides should agree on. Get that thing going now because it takes freaking time for our system kick in, right? People are hurting. Stop being toxic and non-productive. It's frustrating. I'm trying to use clean language. So that's what I got for you today. It is Wednesday, so I hope to speak with Anna Kelly here in a minute for her 8 o'clock interview. And then again, I'll have some other interviews planned for you today. So that's what I got. Again, if you can help me with the dollar, again, I will shut this down now so you can leave comments. I don't think the comment section is open until this live stream is over. And I do these live. That's why I can't always add links and stuff because I find it easier just to give it a shot live. Take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you.